So last night we went along to Secret Cinema Presents The Empire Strikes Back. First impression, what did you think?
I absolutely loved it. It's actually been a while since I'd seen the film.
Yeah.
So that was one really cool thing, was actually just getting to watch the film again.
Yeah.
But also, as someone who's kind of been around with the Star Wars franchise for a long time, I know a lot about the characters, a lot about the worlds. It's really interesting to be put in a situation where you can kind of explore these territories and these characters on your own decisions. And
so we can't actually talk that much about it because like it's meant to be a secret because it's secret cinema. Exactly. So you're not meant to spoil anything. But so we can't really talk about like locations or what really happened. But I mean, I thought it was absolutely brilliant, and they give you like these little quests to do throughout.
Yeah.
I think we managed to do like the quest properly. I think but I think the highlight for me was we were sent to sort of trade with the Jawas. Yeah. And like I was giving the Jawas some shit. Definitely.
You were absolutely.
And then
too much, to be fair.
Well, no, because I thought you were meant to like barter with them and stuff like that. So I was like,
he had a blueprint of a
Labrador. Yeah, that was weird. That was a bit weird. But yeah, I thought you were meant to like barter with him because he just wanted to swap straight away, and I was like, well, no. What else have you got? Give me some better stuff.
Well, this is it. It was kind of a nice balance because at the start we were trying to barter with him, and it was almost, I was like, okay, we should probably tone it down a bit because these are actors. Yeah. But then when we were walking away after we'd done it, he tried to steal Chris's umbrella from his bag, and then you just reeled right back in again, and you're like, you totally forgot.
I caught him doing it. I was just like, stop it, that's enough.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it's really good. So like we can't tell you exactly where it's set, but the way where it's set, like they set up like sort of like market stalls for food and stuff. Yeah. And it seems exactly like the place that it's meant to be. It was really cool. Yeah.
They do a good job of replicating this kind of like bustling marketplace, and they have a lot of characters from the films, a lot of colorful people, a lot of great acting as well. I found the accents and the characters are all absolutely on par. It's very easy to get caught up in the whole thing.
I was super caught up in it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Some of the missions we were talking to people, doing Jedi mind tricks and trying to figure out what's going on here and there. Yeah. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
No, it was really good, and I think like the way they've set it up, like I mean, obviously you can't spoil anything, but obviously there's a cantina there, and the way that was set up was really good. And you're really rewarded for getting involved as well. Because,
absolutely.
Like the girl who we talked to, we were just buying drinks from someone behind the bar, and then because we were sort of like playing around and like sort of like messing around and asking her like silly questions and things, that's when she gave us the thing that we could trade. I think if we hadn't spoke to her for the amount of time that we did, then we wouldn't have got that. And I had a thing later on where I was talking to Boba Fett, because I run into him and I was just like, oh hey man, like just sort of chatting to him, going, oh, have you seen this? Have you seen this? And just
he was great.
Yeah, he
voice
was really
good. Amazing.
Yeah. So I was talking to him, and then earlier I'd spoken to him for like very, very briefly and asked him like where his location was, and then when I spoke to him for a bit longer, I guess he must have taken a shine to me or something, because then he gave me something else to trade as well. Yeah. And I was like, okay, cool. So you're really rewarded for properly getting involved. Like, don't go there thinking, because there was a lot of people. There's bar areas and stuff like that, and it was really sunny. And there's a lot of people I saw just like hang out outside on like a bench. And just like, why have you paid £75
to just get
to
a
come
beer
and hang out with your mates? Like, go to the pub if you're going to do that.
Exactly.
Like, if you're going to go, you have to properly get involved. And like, I think like Tilly was getting involved to some extent, but then I think because I was like not in character, but like Tilly was like,
I absolutely was.
But yeah,
I told the woman at the desk that my name was Matt Bees.
Oh yeah,
that was my impromptu name, Matt Bees.
I got really stumped, so I just did some like really weird like Welsh words, and she was like, yeah, all right,
it's alien.
And Tilly was just like language. Luke Skywalker.
But I mean, one of the cool things that I found was that the actors during the event, it seems like there's things going on that you can just kind of stumble across.
Definitely,
so there's scenes from the films that you'll see happening in various places, but you can easily miss them, and you can easily just. Definitely, so we would go to the cantina and we'd stumble in like halfway through, a band playing or stormtroopers raiding the place, and it's really, really cool to have that where. It's absolutely, as you said, the more you put in, the more you get out. The more you hunt for these things, the more you're going to discover. Yeah. And it's a very rewarding kind of experience because of that, I think.
Massively, yeah. I think, I mean, for me, I think the Back to the Future one, which I saw, I absolutely loved that. But because they like completely recreated like Hill Valley, it seemed like it was easier for them to act out bits from the film because so much of it takes place in that location.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of kind of niche ideas from that film. So it's like the DeLorean. It's very easy to have that exist, in front of you.
But I think with this, like the actual presentation of the film was really, really good, and I like the fact for once in a secret cinema you actually get to sit on chairs. Because usually you sit on the floor. So that was really good, and I did enjoy that. But then I did think the bits that are acted out, obviously we can't talk about them, they were really, really good. I did feel there could be a couple of more, maybe.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of hard. You have to kind of tailor your expectations. Yeah. So going into the film, obviously knowing the film itself, you know what scenes are going to happen, what battles are going to happen. And I kind of found myself knowing that a scene was coming up and thinking like, oh, I wonder if they're going to do something live. I wonder how they're going to do this live. Yeah. And then being maybe a little disappointed when there wasn't actually live. So you kind of do have to tailor your expectations a little bit. If you go in expecting it to be just like you're viewing the film, I think that's the safest way to do it.
Yeah, and there's a couple of extra bits. But like, that's the thing. Even though we talked about, we were like, oh, maybe there could have been a couple of extra things. Like, boils down to it, it's 100% worth the money. And
totally. If you like Star Wars, absolutely. To be put in this, you're put in the universe essentially, and just being able to play it out along with these characters, have great drink, great food. It just, it was an amazing experience.
I think it was definitely worth it.
Absolutely, yeah.